Welcome back to Dum-Dums and Dragons, where improvisers who've never roleplayed before journey into the world of Dungeons and Dragons. I am the Grand Wizard Bukkake, your host. Having saved Prince Mudbutt from his own coronation, our heroes have barricaded themselves inside Uncle Jim Jim's rum shack, where they face an assault by a zombie army, a magical demon, and Mudbutt's undead father. Can they survive the night? Will Mudbutt's armor protect him against an evil giant? Will Mudbutt abandon the defenses and get them all killed? Find out next on Dum-Dums and Dragons.
So you see Grimebottom kind of stop, and he just like reaches into the ground, kind of like heaves a couple times, and he just comes up with a giant chunk of earth. He's going to hurl it at the building.
And I just say, well,
oh, fuck.
Fucking tits.
The giant chunk comes flying at the roof. I need you guys to roll me dexterity saves.
Cool. Total of 10.
Total of 7.
The chunk of earth smashes into the roof. You try and dodge, but unfortunately neither of you are able to. You will take 8 points of damage each.
Fuck.
And there's now a hole in the roof.
We didn't count on that dirt. That's
It's a real kick in the nuts.
that's not bad.
It's over the door.
So I'm just going to kind of yell to the group, because I think they're far enough away and there's crackling fire and zombies exploding, so the bad guys probably can't hear us. Should we have Richard firebomb Dead Dad? Like, we need him distracted is our problem.
I would think that the horde of zombies are the more pressing issue, right?
They're still not getting to us, and Dead Dad's punching holes in this building.
Can we not launch, like, if a Earth is coming at us, can we launch, like, a magic missile to, like, blow it up midair? Or?
We might have, like, 2 of those, and then we're tapped out on magic.
Magic missile doesn't really have explodey powers.
No.
It does, like, piercing.
Okay, let's
Force
let's it's a little more urgent. This chat's getting a little calm. Okay, fine, we'll wait it out, I guess.
What will, like, what could Richard
I
do?
passed Mudbutt the mic, and I'm like, you gotta tell him he's a pussy for
Mike,
throwing
yeah.
shit.
That all you got, Dad? I know you fought dirty, but literal dirt? Come on.
I didn't realize you were just gonna throw the ground at us, you big piece of shit.
Who fights with ground?
Yeah.
Ground?
Now we know you couldn't beat up your kid even if you tried. You became a giant, what, to just be afraid of everything?
Just throwing dirt? Just throwing a bunch of mud? At your son, Mudbutt? Like, is this an irony thing? Like, what?
The next thing I throw will be your corpse into the deepest pit of hell.
All right. Well, let's make a deal then. If you throw another piece of dirt, you gotta kill yourself.
He might fall for
Yeah,
that.
fine. Roll me a deception check. Yeah, it fails. All right, so he starts moving faster. You seem like you've just pissed him off. So the demon sees the two of you kind of taking hits up on top of the roof. She closes her eyes and sort of a sudden flash, and she heals for 3 points.
I look at her from a distance and I go, great healing, idiot. My God's better than your God. Moonhammer! You remember when
We're goading far too much.
I lean into the horn? No, I want him mad, man. You got to get him distracted.
Getting real cocky.
I used to remember when I only healed for 3 hit points. That was back when I just used medicine.
Jesus.
Great. Top of the round. Butthole and Mudbutt.
You know, I'm thinking that one plan of sending Richard to maybe like bomb a dad in the head. Maybe that may be a good idea.
All right.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Oh, maybe like aim for his eyes. He doesn't see that well.
Okay, listen up, Jimmy Jammies.
Yeah.
Light up an oil flask. Give it to Richard. Richard.
Oh, he's got 2 feet. He can hold 2.
Richard, 2 firebombs, 1 in each of Dead Dad's eyes.
So one of them succeeds. Yeah. The firebombs blast off against the giant deformed demon dwarf skull, and it howls as like you can see the embers just like burning in one of its eyes. He said, that was my good eye."
I know. That's you have no depth perception now.
Good luck throwing good.
Yeah. Dad.
This was accidentally brilliant.
Now come back, Richard. Quick, please.
Excellent. Richard swoops back around. Next time we come back to you, Mudbutt, if you can roll to see if you can reload Richard.
I'm going to have Goblin Jr. just watching the doors, like the sealed off windows. Like, he can't go past us, but he'll let us know if somebody's getting too close. Are any of the zombies kind of within 60 feet? Like, because our hero villains are like 80 feet away, right? Like the big bosses?
Yeah. The zombies have now kind of tamped down the fire. There's the ring of fire still going, but it's pretty small. They're starting to advance towards the building.
So the moment they hit 60 feet, I'm hitting them with a blue flame.
Great, light them up.
I look at the zombie that looks the toughest. Whoever has the best armor in the front rank is the one I'm taking a shot at. Then I'm like, blue flame! And I squat down and I fart, and it soars around my body, and my warhammer sparks from the glory of Moonhammer, and it lights the fart on fire, and the fart swoops over and hopefully slams into the zombie in the front row. The zombie has to pass a DC 15 save.
It does not.
It takes 2 radiant damage.
The demon yells, I remember when I hit for 2 damage. It was back when I threw medicine.
And then I take my thaumaturgical microphone out and I say, yeah, it's amazing. If I'd hit you with that, it would almost have undone your healing. Idiot!
So you did 2 damage?
2 damage. I'm crushing it.
Great. Quinny and Alan.
I'm going to try to magic missile at Grindbottom,
Grindbottom, yeah.
at his other eye. So I'm
Okay.
going to aim. I'm just doing 3 of them.
That's awesome because magic missile just hits.
So that's 10 damage.
He's got like embers burning in one, suddenly magic missiles strike the other one, and the creature screams in rage and agony and kind of like looks around. You can tell it looks blinded.
Ha!
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yes! I did something successful in this battle.
Didn't see that coming, eh, Pop?
Say it again.
Give
him the mic.
Okay, look, thank you very much. Didn't see that coming, did you, Pop?
No.
We're pretty blunt. We, do you know what? I appreciate the relationship you have with your father. Well, I mean, it seems healthy.
I'm going to fire off another arrow at the demon.
Okay,
So that's 19 on the die.
that'll do.
Perfect. One of my d6s, 3 plus 4, 7 damage. And then I'm
demon-
going to run inside.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to jump in through the hole that they made in the roof and say, come on, Alan.
I don't have that bonus section.
It's just my movement.
Oh, can I do that?
As you move, yeah.
No, I'm going to hang out on the roof.
All right.
The demon kind of closes its eyes and seems to mutter an incantation, makes some sort of strange hand gestures, and all of a sudden the giant monstrosity starts to kind of like shift and twitch. It's almost as if the ash is beginning to it's losing its shape and form. It's kind of like disintegrating into like a mass. And then with a snap of her fingers, suddenly it tightens back together and the eyes have reappeared.
So I yell to the rest of the group, and I'm like, we are on team 100% demon kill. Ignore dead, kill demon.
The creature laughs mightily and begins to charge. Zombies are closing in on the building. They will be there within 1 round. Top of the round, so Butthole and Mudbutt.
I can roll to make Richard fly again.
Yep, great.
That's a 4.
Yep, ready to go.
So then next round I can use him? Or
No, you can use them now.
Okay, so then
Okay, quick question. Do we want to firebomb a demon, or do we want to holy water a demon?
one of each.
Sold, he's got 2 feet.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to send 2 of the empty bottles.
Yeah.
That, and we're like firebomb in one, and then the Worcestershire sauce bottle full of holy water in the other
Yes.
foot. Okay. And we're sending Richard after the
So,
demon.
and I do my attack note like.
So Richard flies forth with a muddy battle cry and releases both vials. Unfortunately, one misses. However, the holy water hits and causes 10 points of damage to the screaming demon.
Pretty good.
However, Richard is now within striking range of the demon, who will attempt to
No, Richard.
drop dear sweet Richard.
What kind of life does Richard have here?
He has Tom's gonna roll some dice and let you know life.
Mine infinity.
After some extraordinarily good rolls, the demon strikes Richard with a witch bolt of tremendous power. No. The bird is lit up in an electric blast and begins corkscrewing down towards the ground.
Richard! Okay, so I'm going to sprint to Richard.
Keep in mind the demon is in the midst of the zombie horde.
But it's Richard. Oh, hold on. I need a fastball special right so I can catch Richard before he hits the ground.
What's a fastball special?
It's where you, I'm tiny, right? So you launch me, or you use the power of Moonhammer to, launch me so I can catch Richard. So I just say fastball special, and you know.
I step over behind Mudbutt, and we both take a half a step out the door, and he just starts running in a circle around me, and I got my hands on the back, and I'm going around, and then it just gets a little bit further and a little bit further. It's almost like a hammer throw. Like I got his whole body, and then I'm torquing it up and down and up and down and up and down, and I just go, "Rah!" And with the power of this huge glowing fart out my ass, I throw him towards the demon.
Roll me an athletics check.
14.
It's not the best throw, but it's a throw. Yes. You are soaring through the air. I need you to, Adam, I need you to roll me a sleight of hand check to catch Richard. However, you are rolling at disadvantage because you're exhausted, so you'll need to roll twice and pick the worst.
The worst?
Yeah.
Yep.
This is that thing where you said, I don't care about those ability checks.
Okay, 5.
Oh, can't do much worse than a 5.
5.
So you open your arms and scream, Richard!
I'm a coming, buddy.
So I'm going to offer you. So this is a mechanic that I just recently discovered in a different game that I'm going to introduce here going forward. I'm going to offer you a devil's bargain, which is basically
A mulligan?
No,
It's like something else is going to suck.
it's a tremendously difficult decision in theory. So I'll let you catch Richard. However, in doing so, you'll be unable to break your own fall and will likely take tremendous personal harm.
But, by tremendous.
He's not going to give you a number. That's why it's a
You
devil's
don't mean
bargain.
like all.
I mean, you're going to fall very badly.
But I have that armor, though. When I get like really good like defense.
You might.
I love that you're arguing with the DM right now.
I'm just asking questions.
Could it be a minor demon's bargain?
The way to think of this is you're soaring. You've got two options. Originally, you're going to land in like a really badass shoulder roll and come up with like your axe and ready to rock and roll. Unfortunately, it's harder to catch Richard than you'd thought. So you'll have to give up the momentum you would normally have to drop into that roll to grab Richard.
So you're in slow motion in the air right now, and you're looking down and you realize, like, I'm going to land well. Or the bird.
Okay.
I'm going to land well. Or the bird.
Okay, so I'm flying through the air, and Richard and I kind of lock eyes, and before my eyes, I just see our life together, and it just flashes across my memory, and I see my rite of passage when I first played that flute, and I saw Richard's silhouette come from the sky and land on my arm for the first time. And I see all the picnics that we've had together, and I see all the adventures, and I relive the other adventures that we had before. And then I look at Richard, and Richard just kind of like gives like a nod, and I'm just like, I love you, Richard. And I do not catch him. Oh! And I decide to land safely, and then hope that Richard survives the land.
Would you say
breaking my heart.
How did all that make you feel? Did it make you feel enraged?
I gotta look at Richard first. My mind is only on Richard, and once I see how Richard is, then I will decide.
With one final mighty, Richard hits the ground with a thump and does not move.
So then I pick up Richard, and he kind of like he's lifeless and he flops, and I hold him to my breast, and then as I hold him, I see that my armor starts to like kind of slowly pulse, and I'm like this is it, and then I lay Richard down, and I kind of like cover him with dirt and give him like a quick little burial, and then I because I brought my axe with me, and I unleash it. And I hold it aloft above my head, and then suddenly my armor just starts like just like pulsing like really quickly. And then I go like, light our darkest hour, and I slam it into the earth, and it goes, and it just like cracks and ripples, and I go into like another like a berserker rage, but it's like a full aware berserker rage, and I look up at the demon, and I just don't say anything, and I have this like Dragon Ball Z like kind of like aura around me, and
awesome.
it's just like this like stare down, and my beard is just gone like gold, and just like hard gold, and I just look, and I'm just like, now it ends, and then I guess that's the end of my turn.
Awesome.
Holy shit.
What are the rest of y'all doing?
Yeah. So
How are the rest of your days?
after that, I just yelled, no! And I reach out and I summon a spectral hammer right beside him as backup to fuck up that goddamn demon.
Richard. So I got to cross off Richard off of my page, right?
Oh, man.
How far away is Richard from the door where I'm standing?
In the middle of the zombie horde, roughly 60 feet.
Fuck. Okay, I step back into the door and ready a bucket of water.
Fuck.
Oh, considering the hammer is summoned beside him, are there zombies right beside him? Because the hammer will take a shot at anybody who's closest to
sure,
Mudbutt.
can take a shot at.
Yeah, fuck those goddamn zombies. 22 total.
Jesus.
To hit.
Yep, that will hit.
Why aren't you setting that thing up into the sky to fight a demon?
Because the demon is further than 60 feet away.
Oh, I thought it was 60.
The demon was at 80.
Oh, it's 80.
my bad.
It hasn't moved.
And it does 14 damage.
Holy shit.
Oh, Richard.
We have to get Mudbutt back inside. This is about outlasting.
Alan and Quinny, what's up?
I want to get out there and help him. Like, help him get back. I don't want to... Oh, Richard. I don't want to fight back to back in an army of zombies. Like, we need to be back at the house.
Yeah.
Okay, let's be honest. We know Mudbutt. He's not going to turn around and run back to the house like a smart person.
Okay, I have...
Hurt the demon as much as you can, because if we can get his dad dead and demon dead, the rest of the horde's probably going to die. If you kill the necromancer, the zombies don't keep marching around.
Fuck, he's out there by himself. So I've gone inside from the roof. I'm going to fire an arrow from one of the upper windows in the bedrooms.
Okay, sure.
And I'm aiming at a demon.
Great.
Total of 17 to hit.
That will hit.
9 damage.
Nice.
I run downstairs to the front door beside Butthole.
I just look at Quinny and give him a knowing nod. Like, this is going to get ultraviolet outside in a minute.
All right, Alan, what are you doing?
I'm gonna take a shot with my light crossbow at the demon. Fuck me.
Nope, that
That's
will
like-
not hit.
I have 5. So I'm gonna run downstairs, the ground floor, to join you guys. Fuck. Stupid crossbow.
And I just yell, Jim, come with us to save the king!
Sure.
All right.
So
Yes.
there are, I'm going to say there are about 5 zombies that are kind of tangled up in the mass with Mudbutt and all that business. However, a number of them have now reached the walls of the tavern.
Great.
And start attacking the windows. 2 of them are approaching the door.
Who do they want a piece of?
Butthole, you've been staying. whole
I'm at the
time,
door, so it'll
yeah.
be me. Like, I
So
would have
two-
blocked Quinny anyway.
2 swings, they will miss. Takes us to...
And I say to the zombies, I remember when I used to miss.
And they say, please release us.
And I say, guys, I'm working on it. I'm sorry. That wasn't nice.
All right, so Grime Bottom is up. Mudbutt, what's your armor class, please? Your AC.
14.
Grime Bottom just takes like a mighty fist and just drives it down into you. Boom! Raises another one, drives it down into you. Boom! What ends up happening when you get hit by this thing is like it's like his fist explodes against you and then reforms. So you're still in your epic hero pose holding your axe, but it's just like battering you. Normally, you would take 25 points of damage.
Jesus.
However, 2 things are working in your favor. 1, you're wearing the armor of bones, and 2, you have resistance because you're so enraged. So you'll take half of that, so 12 points of damage.
Okay. All right. So that is math.
You're at 28.
28. Okay.
And it screams,
How? What are you wearing?
I am wearing the chosen armor. The chosen armor of our people, Father. The one that you were not worthy to wear.
I am the last king of Winchester.
Shut the fuck up.
You shut the fuck up.
I look over to Quinny and I'm like, now they sound like father and son.
Is that what it's gonna be like with my dad?
Is he going to be a giant dirt monster of ash? I
don't know.
Alan. Probably not.
I'm going to lean around and go, Alan, that's not what it's going to be like with your dad.
Okay.
If he's an undead monster, he'll die politely.
So the demon is up. The demon is looking a little bit fucked up. So it yells something in a horribly demonic script and heals itself up. Top of the round, we are with
Mud Butthole, as we can call
Mud
it.
Butthole.
This section.
Mudbutt, you've just been punched twice by a giant ash monster. What do you want to do?
I guess the demon's like floating?
The demon's like a ways back, so like gray.
Okay. Okay, fans, there's going to be a lot of Dragon Ball Z references here. So it's kind of like I move so fast, it's like a kind of like I just phase out quick. And then I like kind of like, I like phase up again, like above him. And I my goal is to just cleave him in half, Deathmonger, which is now glowing and has been blessed with like holy water. And as I do it, I'm just like, I have the power. And then I just like, and I bring it and I just bring it down.
First attack, I assume, is reckless.
Oh, yes.
Great.
That's a good one, right? The best. I want the best attack right now.
So roll your attack. You get to roll it twice. Pick the best one.
18.
There we go.
So first one will hit. Roll your second attack.
Do I roll twice again or no?
No, just once on that one, and then one
so
more for your
12.
bonus attack.
Okay. 16.
That'll hit. For your damage, you get 2d12.
10.
Roll again.
12.
Excellent.
All right, and because as you will remember from Mudbutt's history, Deathmonger is in fact the hereditary weapon of the people of Winchester, and if the prophecy were to become true, the throne of all the dead kings would rise up and empower Deathmonger. So you get to roll. You get to roll an extra d8.
A1.
Still a mighty amount of damage.
Oh, okay.
So you do a total of 33 points of damage. It is indeed a mighty strike. And while you fail to cleave him in half, you do lop off one of his arms.
Yeah. Paw.
That's great.
Good work, everyone.
He can't take
I was going to say
many more.
And having learned our lesson, I'm next in line, right?
Yep.
I yell, "For the king!" And I realize there are two zombies between me and him, so I can't quite do the glorious charge yet. I have the bucket of water in my hand, so I'm throwing the holy water on the two zombies right outside the door.
Sure. You can hit those two zombies. That's fine. Roll a d10 for damage, please.
1.
Great. The two zombies take 1 point of damage.
And I yell, "Fuck!" So that was my attack, right? Do I have a movement still, or what do I have?
Yep, you have movement and you have a bonus.
I'm going to take a knee. I'm going to hold my shield up, and I'm going to leave Quinny room to flying charge.
Yeah, I've
and
got a
Doc's purpose
stupid
over
idea.
me. And then for my bonus action, the hammer, which was beside Mudbutt, it looks like it's going to go for the dad, and then it darts 20 feet, and it's going right at the demon.
Okay.
Fuck that demon. A natural 20.
Natural 20.
What damage does the hammer do?
8 plus 6.
So total of 14 points.
Yes.
That is exactly how much HP the demon had left.
Amazing.
Smash its dumb face right open. So with a horrible cry, the demon's head explodes and its headless body falls.
And I yell, "I remember when I crushed a head. It was the last villain too, motherfucker!"
Much to your disappointment, the zombies do not stop.
Oh, I lean over and I look at Alan and Quinny and I'm like, the dad's the problem.
So many exploded heads in this game.
The one-armed dad that can't heal anymore because the demon's gone.
That's why we had to get it done.
I'm fist bumping.
Oh, yeah.
I'm fist bumping.
Adam
Right
is
So
now.
I
fist bumping at the
just
table.
want to keep track of this in my head. It's been 2 rounds since Richard fell, yes?
Yes.
Cool.
Thanks for reminding me. Thanks.
No, that wasn't for you. I'm sorry, my king. Just listen, I'm trying to time some shit out.
I'm all like Goku right now. I'm not even talking.
Alan and Quinny, what's up?
I don't like him out there. I want to go get him. And I've got a real stupid plan to bring him back, but I don't know if it's worth it.
More fastball specials.
Listen, I'm lined up for a dog's purpose.
All right, I got a stupid idea. Hey, Alan,
Yeah.
I need your 50 feet of rope as well.
All right, you got it.
All right, we got a 100-foot rope now. I tie it around my waist.
I look at Quinny and I go, honestly, I know I'm crazy, but this is a horrible plan.
And I'm like,
I'm fending off zombie bullets on my shield as I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
but this
Quinn's
isn't
like,
smart.
I know. And
And I just look at them both and I'm like, this is what we do for family.
God. I'm going to take a running jump with those boots of striding and jumping and see if I can make the gap over to Mudbutt.
All right, do it up.
What am I rolling here?
Athletics.
Athletics. So I rolled a 5, and guess what? My athletics, -1.
Oh,
so
boy.
I attempt to run and jump out the door. I trip and poop my pants.
Because
you run directly into my ass.
We told you to go before.
I'm going to say you make it halfway there because the boots just kind of spring, but rather than like, I'm jumping, like you trip, but the boots are still going. So they like a misfiring rocket boot. They just kind of bounce you awkwardly along the ground.
And you poop your pants.
And you poop your pants. Yes.
Before I fall short, can I take another action?
Sure.
I take out the blunderbuss and I aim it at the ground. And I pull the trigger.
Then I yell after him, that's a worse idea!
Aim it at the monster.
Well, I'm vaulting over a mob of zombies.
Okay. That's
I just don't want
okay.
to fall in them.
Yeah, all
fair,
right.
that's
You literally just blow one zombie apart. It just shreds one zombie. I also thought you meant to propel yourself up into the sky.
Oh, most definitely. if that happens as well.
No, it doesn't. You
Fantastic.
land in a blown up.
It just like goes off in my hands and like flies off. I'm like, oh, I wasn't holding that
It's
right.
also like, it's not like the recoils and there's gravity's still an issue. The boots are just magic. Like it's like, oh yeah, like no gravity matters now.
I'm not proficient in firearms. I don't know what I'm doing.
Fair enough.
He thought it did. He's watched too many John Woo plays.
Oh yes.
Those traveling groups from Eastern Neverwinter do such elaborate hand crossbow displays.
Oh, it's true. Yeah. and
The Woo Performance Company.
they always release doves just the right time.
I look at Alan and I'm like, make me a hole.
Alan, you're up.
All right, I am going to run forward and I am going to cast Witch Bolt on Dad.
All right.
What's the range on Witch Bolt?
30 feet. So I can run 30 feet and then...
But she's got to run past 2 zombies, right? That are blocking
Oh,
the
do
door.
I need to?
Yep. There's a mob of zombies attacking.
Fuck.
Okay.
So that's a little too much for me.
Tom,
So-
character question. Could I whistle and have Goblin Jr. bowl over the zombie in front of me? I'm set up for a dog's purpose and I've held off my own movement. You can say no. I don't care.
Yeah, I'll allow it. But that'll be your
That'll be my movement, yeah.
Well, that'll also be your Goblin Junior use.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to look at Alan and I see that she wants to go. And I look back at Goblin Jr. and I make that sound we've all been waiting for. Bert, bert, bert. And he runs forward and a dog's purpose. But instead of normally doing his attack like he normally does, he rolls over and goes sideways. So he's using his whole armored body to just tackle those 2 zombies out of the way and knock them over.
I'll give you 1.
He tackles one zombie like he normally does, and he fucks that zombie up.
All right. And I dash through the zombie hole that Goblin Jr. has
The
made.
one standing zombie will take an attack of opportunity as you run past. He will hit you.
Fuck.
You will take 6 points of damage.
Damn it. All right. Still going. Nothing's going to stop me.
Don't stop her now. She's having such a good time.
Guys, I was letting you fight zombies in a bar in Winchester.
I know.
I know.
was literally,
I'm
I've
aware.
been singing it in my head the whole time.
Great.
I still don't get it.
You haven't seen Shaun of the Dead.
No.
Well, ironically, I just made an on-point reference about beating zombies with a stick in a bar in Winchester.
All right.
Well, good for you.
No, good for you.
So
oops.
that is 19 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
Cool. And I'll do 10 points of damage.
Honestly, like I see that happen at a distance, and I like have like a subtle smile to myself, like where I'm just like, good for her. You know? We had a rough time with Witch Bolt. It's only worked on Friends so far, so this is like a major step forward for us, like as a group.
Now, sorry, I have a question. I'm just reading this paper here. I have something called Danger Sense.
Yes.
If you'd used that, you would not be climbing your dad right now. You'd be back in the bar.
So does that like prevent an attack or does
Danger Sense is it just means
advantage
you're
on dex.
Yeah, it is, and it's the idea of like if you can see something coming that's for example, if there's a giant swinging axe coming at you, like a trap, then you're like, oh, I know what these are, and you hop out of the way.
If you'd been on the roof, you'd be more likely to not get hit by that dirt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not a giant dad coming.
No,
at me.
sadly,
Okay.
Giant Dad's
Okay.
just a regular old.
right.
Just
Okay,
a
never
regular
mind.
old
There's
problem.
nothing regular about this dad.
I was going to say, and it can't protect you from the emotional wounds.
So the zombies have managed to punch through your barricades at the windows, but are now noticing that you're not really in the building anymore. The ones that were attacking the bar are now sort of moving back toward you guys. So they're kind of like turning their attention away from the building and turning their attention towards all the people who are now in the midst of the field. Okay.
Does that include the zombie in front of me and the one Goblin Jr. tackled, or are they still looking at us?
They're still looking at you because you're there. I mean, they're
so
zombies.
cool.
They're just mindless. They want the tasty stuff.
I couldn't look away from me either. I'm such a handsome guy. Look at this beard.
All right, Grindbottom swinging at Mudbutt.
Christ.
He will hit you.
Stop saying Christ and start saying Moonhammer, man. You're going to earn your way out of some healing.
He will hit you for what would normally be a lot more. For you, it is only 10 points of damage.
Oh, okay, so I'm at 18.
Top of the round, Mudbutt.
We're bringing our boy home. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah, and I think we could kill his dad on the way.
I'm not in a frenzy, am I? No, am I?
It's up to you.
I'm not in a frenzy yet.
I don't believe so.
Okay, but does that give me more damage? Like I can attack better,
Frenzy gives you more damage.
but I can also take more damage.
No, Frenzy makes you tired after the rage is done.
I'm already pretty pooped.
Yeah, you'll be pretty
I'd
sleepy.
be even more pooped.
Yep.
But because I'm so close to him, the things that pooped affects I don't really care about.
Well, and ultimately, the thing that you're at right now, you can't get rid of anyway. You're just like, your level 1 exhaustion is just there. You won't get level 2 exhaustion until after.
Let's be honest.
after we're done. So then
Yeah.
I just go to bed. Like, I'm fine.
If we
Or be dead.
survive this, I will make you the nicest fucking bed.
Okay, so
Alan
then,
will make you a magical hut.
Well, tomorrow.
Looking out and seeing that you're not in a full barbarian rage, I just yell, "Hey, remember, that demon was your dad's demon. Your dad murdered Richard."
so then, I still got the Dragon Ball Z like stuff like going around me, and it's like a rouge, right?
Okay.
So it's got like we're going like Kaioken kind of thing, like times
okay.
10. There's like one guy out there that's like, yes, yes.
Oh no, he's sitting right here with you.
Right, so I'm like Kaioken, but then.
And everyone else is Ryan and myself.
So that I kind of close my eyes and I like make a fist and I just like, and I just focus and then like the pebbles around me kind of just like start to shake and just like kind of like rise in the air around me. Like gravity just doesn't make sense anymore. And then that red turns into like a gold and it's like, and it starts going like really super fast. And I just look up and my eyes are now just like fire, and that's my frenzy, and I just like frenzy. Then I take my axe and I do some like awesome like axe like spinning tricks with it, and then it's like boom, and it like hits the ground, and I kneel, and I jump up in the air again, and I kind of spin it as I'm flying, so it's like almost like a helicopter, and it's just like and I'm like flying in the air like that, and I go like triple attack times 10, and then I take another big strike at him.
Great.
And I yell to Alan and Quinny, and I'm like, "We need to make him as mad as we can. Yell something that'll make him super mad." And I'm like, "Your dad killed Richard." But I look over at Quinny. "You're an idiot, my butt." And then I look over at Alan.
I'm literally electrocuting you. You suck.
And then I'm just like, thanks, gang. And then it's like an even brighter gold, and I strike.
Roll them dice.
Oh, frig.
Are you reckless attacking?
Yes, I do, because that was a 3. For justice and everything holy, and 4. So plus 8, which would be a 12.
Sadly, no dice.
First one is just like, so I can get him to like dodge to the right. I know what I'm doing.
Got him now.
It was
Yeah.
a feint.
Yeah. It's just
A reckless feint.
yeah, like I think Dad's probably like, what an obvious attack, like what a fool, And so then I'm just like, and I'm ready. So then I got this other attack coming, which is a 3.
Holy
and
shit.
That's plus 8.
That's an 11.
Oh, that's okay, 11.
Roll any other die than that d20.
18.
That's more like it.
Boom. That'll hit.
Again, and so it was another feint. It was just kind of like a left, right. And it says dodge, which I wanted him to do.
The last place he'd expect it.
Yes.
Center.
Yeah, it's like left, right, and then and this even like goes back to like training that my father gave me, and it's like, remember, Mudbutt, don't fall for the old left, right, center. And then he fell for it, and it's just like, and then he kind of realizes it's like,
No, the left, right, center.
left, right, center.
He was listening.
And then I like
Roll your D12.
9,
9, great.
which would be 14.
Plus 3 for being frenzied.
Oh, so that would be 17.
And you get to add an additional D6 because you're wielding the axe of legend.
All right. Okay.
More than a 1 this time.
Come on, that's the legend. 6.
Nice.
Damn.
23 total for Mooth Butte.
Umlauts on those U's?
That's his name when he's the most angry.
Oh, okay.
He's looking pretty fucked up. Butthole.
All right, so I've got a tackled zombie who's down, and I got another zombie in front of me. I got Lightbringer. I'm going to bring that around and just smoke the zombie to the right. Or I guess Moonbringer now. Yeah, now it fucking counts.
I didn't want to correct you. It is
You
your
don't
hammer,
even
but
fucking need to, because I'm so goddamn ready. I'm bringing the light. I'm bringing the moon. It might even be Moonlight Bringer. We'll see. That I think I just realized the real name of the hammer. Do you want to know why? Divine Guidance. Trying to fuck up this zombie.
I can now tell you the full name of the hammer.
Yeah, that's the voice of my goddess. It sounds strangely like Adam McNamara. So that's 19
yep,
to
that'll
hit.
definitely hit.
8 damage plus, because it's undead, I get bonus damage from Moonlight Bringer. 12 damage.
You mightily smite the zombie, and it bursts into light.
Nice. So since it's gone and the other one's tackled, I'm going to run out onto the battlefield, and I'm running toward what looks like the horde, so nobody else knows this. And I hold Moonlight Bringer aloft, and I'm going to get some attention to try to distract from the crazy battle going on over there. And Moonlight Bringer can glow like a torch, so it just starts glowing like a great scary to the undead torch. And I yell, "For the king, for the real king!" But secretly, I'm running towards where Richard's laying on the ground. So I'm doing that. And Goblin Jr. is following me, and I'll just roll to recharge him in case I got him, and I don't. So he's sleepy, but following.
You're creating like a calamity to have all the zombies kind of follow you around?
Yeah.
Are you sure you haven't seen Shaun of the Dead?
No, I have not seen Shaun of the Dead.
It's uncanny.
Listen, it's not my fault I'm a hero. Who's an idiot.
Alan.
And I'm going to make my spectral hammer swing around and try to hit Evil Dad right in the ass.
Yes, please.
All right.
15 to hit.
It will not.
Yet again, that hammer always has a sense of humor, and it's like, I'm going to make the symbol of Moonhammer, and just as I tell it to hit him in the butt, it flips around and just like pokes him in the butthole with the bottom end of the staff, and it's like, oh, there's armor here. This would be so much funnier if there weren't. And I'm like, oh, Moonhammer.
Alan and Quinny.
I'm so excited that Witch Bolt hit for the first time in a really long time. So there's no way I'm fucking letting go. So I will roll for more damage. And another 10. Woohoo!
God, I don't know if I should pull him out of there now or not. He's actually doing pretty good. He can't take many more hits, though.
No, I'm at 18.
I'll be with him in a round.
Bring me like some Tylenol.
Be with him in one round, you promise?
I'm 30 feet away.
Okay. If he's engaging Dad, that I can go for sneak attack then.
Yeah, he's the only one who could fight. Don't make any of us fight fucking Dad.
Well, I'm gonna go fight fucking Dad now.
That's fine. Sneaky.
All right. So sneak attack.
I think I'm going to be a target on his turn.
This is 19.
19 will hit.
12, 16, 19, plus another 4, 23 damage.
Okay, great.
So
he dead?
I stab him in the shin with my
Yeah.
short sword, and it's just his weak point.
But you just stab him so many times.
Ow! What the fuck? What the fuck is that? That's not
Shank,
Super
shank.
Saiyan, son.
It's a prison shiv style. Like you're just going again and again.
That's right. I pass my sword to someone else and walk away. Just prison style. No, I don't. I keep my sword.
Cool. Wow. Hell of a lot of damage. The zombies are now mostly following Butthole. Great. Dad, he glowers down at you.
Says, I can't believe you got me with the left, right, center.
I had the best teacher, but now the teacher is the student.
Well, now the student will eat this.
And he takes a mighty breath in and just blows out like just a belly full of like horrific necrotic ash into your face. So now you have danger sense, so you get advantage on dodging this. However, you're also exhausted, which means you lose the advantage. So just roll 1d20 and
Hope for the best.
yep, and then add your dexterity save.
8.
We're getting you a new D20 there. This is insane.
All right.
I'm just gonna retire this one.
So
okay?
clearly I'm pooped, and it's taken some toll. So
The breath just like it fills your nostrils, fills your eyes. You can feel your very soul struggling to just leave your body and escape. You take 17 points of necrotic damage.
right, I'm at 1. Somebody heal me.
Top of the round, Mudbutt.
so
I just yell at him, keep punching, I'll be there in a second.
so I'm hit, and like I didn't see that coming because like I just thought he was a big dude that punched, but it's like nope, he's full of dead ashes that can poison me. So I'm like. And I'm like down on one knee, and the armor starts to like kind of like starts to like fade a little bit, and I go back to like just like a regular KO can, and I'm just kind of like like just like, and I'm like sweating and my veins are pumping, and then like I want to lie down because I'm just so pooped, and then like I just hear in my mind like and it's just like huh? Like, and it's like Richard is like no. Do it. Richard, get up. And then I kind of just like, like Hulk Hogan, like kind of just like shaking and like kind of just like get up like that. And I'm like shaky on my knees, But I managed to like use my axe and like kind of lift myself up. And I let out like a big like battle cry, just like, and then like the suit rages back to life and goes, and I'm like, is that all you got? And then I jump up and I just go right for his dick, like just like straight crotch shot, just like as hard as I can, and it's just like dick factor 5, and I just like ram right at it.
Roll your attacks.
Okay, all right. Okay.
So first one, roll twice. Pick the best one.
20.
See, this is what I'm
That's
talking
a
about.
nat 20. Just leave that one alone. That's good.
We're melting down
Now
that
go
other
for the second
D20.
attack.
Okay, second attack. 3.
Okay, well, never mind.
Well, I hit one ball, fine.
Yeah, and you get one more.
Okay. 16.
Yeah. So roll 1d12, please.
12.
Amazing.
Great, because you hit twice, you get 2d6.
And 20 was a crit, right?
Yep.
Nice.
So you get a max damage on that, and max damage from that.
4.
As you stand up, the armor's twitching. You've got, the voice of Richard in your head, and you just drive that axe as hard as you can in his dick. And on contact, you feel like the entire suit of armor just like suddenly surge forth, and it explodes as you drive straight up, leaping 20 feet into the air, bursting the demonic form of your father apart from the inside. Yes. And you get to land in a superhero punch. And as you do so, all the zombies around you turn to ash.
Yes.
And disappear into the thing just as the sun begins to come up over the horizon.
And in his super cool heroic pose, I run up to him and I like just jump on him and hug him. And I say, I got him, pull the rope.
And I run up immediately beside, like I haven't stopped running because I was really running to Richard. And I pick him up and I look at Mudbutt and I go, do you believe?
I believe.
Do you believe?
I'm a believer.
And both of my hands turn into ghost butts, and I just blast Richard with ghost butts, and I revivify that fucking bird. And
Except Richard used the last of his soul to encourage Mudbutt, and though your powers are strong, Richard has truly moved on.
well, then I just am like, well, here's your fucking bird.
But I buried him. Don't dig him up.
Listen, he's in my hand right in the dark.
I buried him.
Listen, if he wanted to be alive, he'd be here. So,
I got him.
do you know what? Quinny put so much into this. I lean down and I bury the bird again, and then I just grab the rope from the back of Quinny and I just haul him and the prince over.
But I'm still in my heroic pose, even though I'm being dragged.
But I knock you both over backwards.
But I'm still in the pose though. Like I'm on my back, but I'm still.
Yeah,
like,
you're frozen, and I just drag you back to the hotel, and I yell up, "Hey, Jim, you son of a bitch! Where are you hiding, man?"
Where's that freak toe of yours?
Jim is behind the bar with drinks laid out for all of you.
That's what you've been doing.
I figured you might want some.
And I'm like, and forgiven. And then I lean over, and I already burned a level 3 spell slot. Thanks a lot, Richard. So I cast a level 2 Cure Wounds, and I just fix up our main man, Prince Mudbutt. Technically, we didn't go through the rest of the coronation ceremony. So that's done.
Technically, I don't have a kingdom.
Well, no, we're not done yet. And then I turn to Jim, and I say, Jim, you got a shot glass in here?
I thought you'd never ask. And he swings around with a mighty elbow and shatters a glass cabinet that's behind him. Said, my great-great-grandpappy, who ran the first great-great-grandpappy gyms. He had this shot glass made just in case we ever had a royal coronation. I never thought I'd live to see the day. So he takes the shot glass down, takes a bottle out, and pours it into the shot glass and says,
I take out my Worcestershire sauce bottle, and I pour out the ashes of Ramsay. And I say, normally you have to do this shot off the body of a former king, but I would say it should be off the body of your most loyal subject. And I set the glass down there, and I turn to Mudbutt, and I say, take what's yours.
And I grip it with shaky hands because I'm pooped, and I say the speech that I had memorized leading up to this moment. It's like, by the void of my ancestors, for the right of my people, I drink to serve, and I drink to party. And then I just chug it.
And I take out my warhammer, and I tap him on one shoulder, and I tap him on the other shoulder because I'm a priest, and I say, I hereby deem you King Richard Mudbutt.
and as you take that first tasty sip of alcohol hits your lips, you hear,
Thanks, Richard. And then single tear.
And I look over in the corner, and only I see this. I see Goblin Jr. sitting there, And Goblin Jr. looks down, and just like the end of Star Wars, there's a little ghost Richard just looking up at him, and they both just like nod at each other knowingly. And then Richard sort of like fades away. And I'm like, yeah, this was good.
So you spend the night in revels, drinking for the fallen, occasionally doing shots off of the fallen in the case of the pile of Ramsey. But
it gets to be like 3 a.m, and I'm like, we doing this? And Mudbutt's like, yeah. And Mudbutt and I snort Ramsey.
Oh my God. He would have wanted it that way.
Yes, you could say there's a little Ramsey inside all of us.
Yeah, Ramsey gets you fucked up.
In our sinus cavities, anyway.
So you spend the day. You feel actually a tremendous sense of relief, Mudbutt, in that you finally kind of righted the great wrong. There's still the wizard is still out there and still must pay for his crimes, but you've released your people from a fate worse than death.
Is anybody left? Like I thought they were all gone.
No, they're all gone. But
you got Jim.
It seems that Grimebottom had actually pledged the souls of everyone who died in Winchester to a demon in order to fuel his immortality. So you've released them all from their bonds, and now, if as the King of Winchester, if you choose to rebuild, you may. But in the early morning light, still full of liquor and possibly also.
Ramsey.
Full of Ramsey. You look far off in the distance to the forest of Richard, and you put your hand on your flute and you think, perhaps the next quest is about reviving an old friend.
I'll do that.
And I look at Jim, and I say, Winchester may be gone, but I know a town that needs excellent spirits. And I explained to him that he can open another bar in Fandelver and send him to Nundrin and Gundrin at the Temple of Moonhammer that we've recently established.
I've served my Lord King Richard Mudbutt. My work here is done. And he screws his key toe back on.
That's disgusting, Jim.
That's how I live.
It makes me uncomfortable.
Really cool.
And
she's the only one who does.
And
I want to examine it.
All right, so he before he goes, he hands you the schematics for the door and the key toe.
Oh, thank you.
He's gonna move to Fandelver to start a new life.
I'm like, how much do you think it'd cost to set up one of these businesses, like a bar?
150 gold.
Boom, and I throw him 15 gold.
150 gold.
Fine, I give him 100. I give him 160. Well, I listen, I was trying to offer to cover his 10%, but apparently we're buying a bar. So I'm like, I'm fine with that. That seems Moonhammerish. I'm like, okay, if we're giving you the startup cash, I'd appreciate if you called it the Bar of Moonhammer, open it next to the Temple of Moonhammer. Let's make this a thing. And we'll give him 165 so that it includes the 10% he's got to give that stupid mayor.
So with all your business in Winchester concluded, and with Mudbutt now seeking answers about the true nature of the wizard who caused all of this in the first place, as well as needing to return to the Forest of Richard to find his first royal Richard, you've realized it has come time, as it always must on these adventures, to bid your friend farewell.
And thus, another civilization crumbles behind us.
And I look at him, Your Highness, It's been a pleasure.
As always.
It's always great to drink with you. It's always great to snort some Ramsey with you. Hopefully we don't have to snort too many more dead friends in the future. But I wish you luck on your hunt for either your next Richard or whatever you want to call him. Because now you're a Richard too.
Oh, it's got to be Richard.
So maybe it's just a real battle
like Rick.
for you to find yourself in those woods. And I give him a hug and I just stand back to the side and let the other two say their goodbyes.
Can you give me like a fastball special into the woods? It's pretty far away.
Let's let them say their goodbyes
Okay.
and then yes.
Okay.
Mudbutt, you throw a hell of a party.
Thank you. And thank you, friends. If it wasn't for you, then I wouldn't have found my ancient bone of thrones, and I wouldn't have done all that sick Dragon Ball Z stuff. Like, sweet. I'm still kind of gold. Look at me.
Yeah, look at you.
Yeah.
But more importantly, did you see my witch bolt?
No.
Okay, it was awesome.
I was kind of, I was focused
having
on
a
doing a lot
moment with his
I
dad.
was focused on doing a lot of tricks, making kind of intimidating my dad a bit. You know how hard that is.
Yeah, we can meet up again.
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
show you again.
All right, friends.
So I reach out and I summon a spiritual hammer and I say, "Hold on, Your Majesty." And he does. And this hammer just starts spinning and spinning and spinning. And it looks like it's going to throw him into the distance. But then it just sort of takes off like Mary Poppins' umbrella. He's just holding on and floats into the woods.
Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.
And thus ends the adventure of the last King of Winchester. Now comes time for a very special edition. We have two epilogues. So if you stay all the way through the credits, you get both.
This episode of Dum-Dums and Dragons features the voices of Ryan LaPlante at the Ryan LaPlante on Twitter, Tyler Hewitt at Tyler_Hewitt on Twitter, Laura Hamstra at EL Hamstring on Twitter, our special guest, and our DM Tom McGee at McGeeTD on Twitter. This episode's sound was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Dum-Dums and Dragons artwork is by Del Borovic, who can be found at delborovic.com. Our theme songs are And Now for That Massive Coronary and Skipping Through the Orchestra Pit Part 1 by Peter Gresser, and our ad music is No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, all available at freemusicarchive.org. When it comes to Dum-Dums and Dice, you can visit our website at dumdumdice.com. Our Twitter and Instagram are at dumdumdice, and on Facebook at facebook.com/dumdumdice. But most importantly, we've got merchandise at redbubble.com/people/dumdumdice, or you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/dumdumdice. That's DUMBDICE. And tune in next week for more Dum-Dums and Dragons.
Epilogue the first. There's fire. There's torment. It's a dark, horrible place. And the creature once known as Grimebottom looks up at the being before him and says, Please, mistress, I tried my best. I'll never fail you again. She says, No, you won't. And all of a sudden, his soul is just rent, destroyed, burns up. And the last thing to appear on his forehead is the mark of Moonhammer.
Ruh-roh.
Epilogue the second. Meanwhile, somewhere far, far from here, in a rogue nation state, two nobles are sitting enjoying a snifter of a rather expensive, rather exotic brandy. The lord turns to the lady and says, Well, it seems our plans for Winchester have been foiled yet again. She rolls her eyes and says, Yes, that wizard really can't do anything right. And if the reports are to be believed, it would seem that our wayward son has been causing more trouble. Do you think it's time? He says, Yes, I suppose it is. It's time to call in the favor. Contact the halfling. Bum, bum, bum.
What?